What's up, you all? What's up? We're gonna talk about this whole situation with Cambridge. This professor was one of the youngest and the youngest black, professor in the history of that school. And Cambridge is a big deal. Cambridge, Oxford, those are like the top of the top colleges out there. It's very unfortunate. Let's see what's going on.
Academic career and inspirational backstory now in ruins over escalating allegations of plagiarism and lying. Our Holly Williams has the story tonight from London.
I'm Professor of Sociology of Education at the University of Cambridge.
3 years ago, Jason Arday became the youngest ever black professor appointed at Cambridge University, an 800-year-old institution.
Professor Jason Arday.
Yeah, 800 years. Dang. That's a that's impressive. I gotta say 800 years.
Joins us now.
He was interviewed about the achievement on CBS News.
If I'm being absolutely candid and honest, not many teachers at school had any belief in me.
Now Arday has fallen from grace, accused of plagiarizing some of his academic writing and lying about claims he ran 600 miles in 6 days to raise money for charity.
Damn, that's crazy. As a person who went through college, one thing I'll say, one skill I got really good at in college before I didn't like when I was in high school was writing essays. Even I'm not gonna say I say probably towards like junior year of high school I started getting better, but I got really good at writing essays in college. That's what you do most of the time, writing essays, writing pages, writing theses. You get used to it, but him lying, I think he just told the truth. Be yourself. No one could take that away from you. No one could say that's fake. You're lying when you tell the truth.
The scandal's front page news here in the UK, and the former professor of sociology of education has now resigned, saying in a statement that it should not be mistaken for an acceptance of the narratives that have surrounded him. Cambridge University says it's launched an investigation. There are now questions about Arday's autobiography, scheduled to be published this month.
Damn, that came out literally at the time when um it literally came like literally a month before his book was about to be published. So I feel like they probably had some suspicion and they wanted to get right from it before the book comes out. All right, let's see another video from the Jason Arday. Let's see. No. This one right here. Please like, share, subscribe. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the growth. Take one video at a time. 1 minute, 1 second. Whatever I have to do.
Debate.
I'm joined now by Kathleen Stock, contributing editor at Unheard, also written in the paper today. Kathleen, morning to you.
Morning.
What's the central lesson from this? I've got a couple of thoughts, but what do we take from this episode?
We take that the values that I guess the general public think universities are supposed to be upholding are often not being upheld anymore because other values have crept in about mainly about brand improvement. Like this wasn't done out of goodness knows hearts. The people that employed Arday looked past all the obvious flaws in his work and in his story because they thought there was something in it for them. But in the process, the image of the elite institution has been completely debased. So that's what I take.
So really, because they had too few black, let's try and call what we're saying here. They had too few black people in senior roles in the university. They were very keen to get black people in, and therefore getting this guy in as a black person was the priority, irrespective of what they could have analysed in the quality of his work.
I don't think it's just that. It was the combination of aspects of his incredible story that was so attractive. It wasn't just that he was black. It was also that he was neurodiverse and that he hadn't spoken allegedly till he was 11 or learned to read until he was 18. And that was led on every bit of press coverage about him. That was the story. I think he's actually his race was a secondary.
Yeah, I kind of believe in that. True, like it probably helped him being black, especially with the school not being that diverse, and we're in the time that diversity and inclusion is very important. Plus, that story was very impressive, I gotta say.
Thing. The neurodiversity angle was huge because, of course, universities are full of people with diagnoses of neurodiversity. So I think it was more that he was just this incredible feel-good story which thousands of people apparently fell for. And they thought, right, excellent, we're having some of that.
And this is an issue in academia. I mean, this is 5 years ago. This was a time when that was going on as well as I did. Academia needs to show that, for want of a better word, it was able to crook the need to woke philosophy. Is he a product of that time, do you think?
Yes, although actually he'd already started his meteoric rise before George Floyd, which is when everything went absolutely crazy in my recollection in British universities. But he was on his way, and I think
That's crazy to think George Floyd had an impact in Britain that much. It just show you like really like like the impact of like Black American culture worldwide.
there's a lot of focus on Cambridge, but there should be equal focus on Glasgow, who made him a professor there on the basis of, what? Nothing. I mean, if anyone would read any of his articles, they'd realise immediately that this was not someone who should be in university at all, really. So,
But
yes, it definitely helped.
he'd be good on social media, he'd be good on prospectuses, he'd be good for clicks. Was that really what supposedly an august organisation, multiple organisations, had their heads turned by?
Yes, and they have that because it's a very competitive landscape. People are vying for students, for media attention, for press coverage, and I'm sure it looked like a no-brainer. But that is what they were doing, and the fact that they lauded him as an intellectual star in the process is what's so hilarious about it, really.
The former Master of So in College, Roger Moses in the Times today, quoting Cambridge statistics. I'm interested in one angle to this, because I know you said this is not just about race, and in fact race is a secondary consideration, but 35% of the new undergraduates in Cambridge come from ethnic minorities. 66% of UK medical students are non-white. Bearing in mind that the country is, 15% non-white. That's a big disproportionate intake. What are we to make of that?
Well, I don't know the details of those particular cases, but I can guess what we would make of that is international fees. So, the universities are completely strapped for cash. They are desperate for money.
I don't know about colleges in the UK, but colleges in the States always about that money, always about getting that access code, getting this edition of book, while you have another edition of book could be half the price, or even could be on a PDF. But no, you got to get that exact one because they're gonna actually teach from it, and you go through the curriculum, and we don't even go through it. Just total nonsense.
These are UK students. These are UK students. So I'm just wondering and look, some of it will be a good thing because historically, Cambridge, like many universities, will have been very, very white to the exclusion of people of colour. And I wonder whether there is now in the way that things go, the pendulum is swinging the other way. Is that a possibility, do you think?
It's definitely a possibility. I mean, I read Roger's article, and he said that we need to attend to exclusion of white working class people, and I'm sure that's true. Yes, there's definitely a possibility. The pendulum just always swings too wildly, and particularly in sectors full of, unworldly, autistic academics, frankly, who really don't understand values very widely and are very narrow, rational people who just think, right, okay, and they just go too far. They always go too far.
Yeah. Before you go, you have written in the Times today, it's a really interesting column. I knew nothing about this, Kathleen. Young women using walking sticks to be trendy and accepted even when they don't need them.
Well, that's a bit of a paraphrase. I mean, it was
a long and thoughtful column that I've just produced, but
I just want to know, what do you all really think about that situation on that aspect, that his race and the story that he wrote was like a deciding factor on why they chose him. Because the more I hear about the story, the more it sounds like they didn't really do their research, or they just really glanced over it and just picked somebody. Maybe I believe possibly for the aesthetics and the story as well. It's a combination of both, in my opinion. Just tell me what you all think on that aspect. You think it was honestly just because he was black and they wanted to diversify their higher ups, or you think because it was either the story, or you believe it's both? Well, let me know in the comments. I truly appreciate the support. Be back with another video.